Are you stuck up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerve herder?
Who's scruffy looking?
You might wanna buckle up, baby.
I just assumed it's a Wookiee.
Hey, it's me.
Everything you heard about me is true.
If you come with us, you're in this life for good.
Greetings, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of the Scruffy Looking Podcasters. This is episode 265, episode 32 in the new era, where you come for the banta, but stay for the spotchka. My name is Jimmy Dice, enjoying this beautiful day in the great state of Maine on this fine Sunday afternoon, February the 23rd, 2025. I just got back from a trip up north with the family. Hit Hollywood Casino last night. We'll get to that later. And got to flex my bowling skills at the sports arena in Herman, bud. Dude, it was a wicked time there, bud. Let me tell you what. My man, Ed, Mr. Ed Bossart here with me in the great state of Maine as well. How are you doing, brother?
Good. It's warmer today up here.
Dude, went
So
above
that's
freezing.
nice.
First time in 10 days. You went above freezing.
Yeah, I got my car washed. It's like
Dude.
covered in salt.
Dude, it is not. You have to once a week at least. Otherwise, it'll eat your frame.
Yeah.
It's-
No, I can't say I've ever bowled in Herman.
It's that's not
It's
even
not
a
a
dad
place I would go bowling in.
It's not even a dad joke.
Anyway,
Nice.
good to be here.
Heard. Special guest, guys, today, joining us from the great state of Illinois, co-host of the Sith List, also co-host of the awesome Red Dead Twitch stream Mouse Rat 2217 and at the Bluey Podcast Dinner with the Healers, Mr. Eric Strothers. Welcome, man. Glad to have you here back with us. It's been, as they say, a little while.
It's been a solid bit, man, and I got to tell you, I appreciate you saying my last name right. I've been on the Sith list for 1,000 episodes, and Raj never says it right. So hooray!
Yay!
It's a miracle.
We did it. How have you been, man?
I've been great, man. It's been nice to just be hanging out with the friends. This has been great. You guys that weren't here the whole time, we just now started recording. We've been talking forever. It's been awesome.
Yeah. Good, a good catch up. And I was like, oh no, we should really start now because we need to capture some of this on.
I was like, damn, this is content.
We're having too good of a time. Stop it. Sadly, our British boys are not available today. Kev is on his way back from a battering received by Forrest from Liverpool today, and Christopher, Newcastle, whatever. And Christopher, well, he's praising the porcelain. Yeah, well, we'll get to that some other time. Ed, why don't you lead us off with a week in your life and fill us in all your glory?
Yeah. I mean, it's only been a week, right? So not much. The girls have been home on school vacation, but I've been working, so they've just been bugging me every day. I started violin lessons, and I think I mentioned that last time, but that's been pretty cool. I think they're actually liking it, which is kind of weird to me.
Nice.
I think piano got off more difficult, probably because they were younger, and because I was trying to teach them. That was part of it. And then I think the piano's like it helped me. Piano has helped with the violin so far, so it's nice when you can go from having to use two hands and looking at two clefs at the same time to just looking at one clef.
In one line.
Makes the reading the music much easier and all that. But yeah, I've been on them trying to get them to learn the notes better and stuff because they're doing this thing. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but like with kids, they don't like really read. They're just trying to like they hear it and then they're like just remembering it and playing it. And they're like, then they look at me, and when they get to the part, and they look at me like, now what? I'm like, read the music. It's right there. They're like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, what?
They're getting it by muscle memory.
Yes.
They're just being like, this is how I go for my positions for my fingers or slide positions for me on a trombone. That's what I used to do. Dude, fifth grade, you're just looking at the guy next to you, being like, all right, where's his hand?
Just copy it,
just
like, make
slide
sure
there.
Make the slide is like looks the same. Yeah, it's like with the bow on a violin. Like, I gotta make sure my bow is going the same direction as everybody else.
Exactly.
No, but I did this thing where they love the iPad, so I'm like, because we don't give it to them often, but when they get it, they love it. So I got this like app thing that helps them teach them like the piano keys to reading the notes on the staff, and they love it. They're trying to get like better records than the other person competition. And
okay.
It's like been a breakthrough since I did that. Like at the piano. Now they're like, oh wait. It's like their mind's blown. Like I could actually like play music that's on the page. Okay, yeah.
So this is one of those like teaching apps?
Yeah, it's kind of free. You just Google like note learning app, and then there's like this whole page of like ways you can quiz yourself on learning notes and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's been helpful. What else? I've been playing a lot more Star Wars Outlaws because, as you may know, I bought it last Sunday.
Yep. How many hours you got in it?
Oh, just a few, not bad. It's very like, you know what it reminds me of, kind of like Splinter Cell. It's very sneaky. It's a sneaky game. And I don't know if you've played it, Eric.
Yes, sir.
You've streamed it. You got some clips on your because I follow your Instagram as well, Mr. Strothers.
Yeah, I at mouserat2217.
Heard.
I did finish it, and I didn't do all the DLC. And I got started where I was going to grind out all the collectibles and all that, but I'm like, I need a break. Instead, I'll grind out a whole bunch of Red Dead Redemption 2 stuff. But yes.
Yep.
How have you found the game? Do you enjoy it?
I do enjoy it. It's not particularly difficult. I like the slicing. It's like a rhythm thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. It's not like difficult, but the graphics are amazing.
Yeah,
and it's not been that glitchy. It's been out a while now, right? So they've patched it, and all the stuff that I heard was bad about it has been probably not there anymore. So I haven't had any issues with that, but I'm playing it on PS5, and it's been going well so far, and I'm having fun with it. The girls love, at least one of them, loves watching me play it. So.
Cool.
Yeah, that, and what else? I watched The Gorge movie. Have you heard of that?
Is that with Adam Driver?
No, it's the guy from Top Gun.
Oh no, you're sorry, sorry, yeah.
And Anya Taylor-Joy's in it.
Yeah, she's a sniper or assassin or something.
Both snipers, and then there's this gorge in the middle with like supernatural stuff going on. I don't want to spoil it, but it was pretty. You could tell like the budget wasn't very high, but not because like you could tell like they didn't have to spend a lot of it because it's just them two. And like some zombies, and that's it. But the story was cool, and felt like a video game, but not in a bad way. And then you look at the guy that made it; he's like, he was inspired by video games, so it like made sense. But anyway, I recommend it. It's on Apple TV.
Miles Teller,
Miles Teller, yeah. I think that's it.
You painting anything? You painting my Grand Admiral Thrawn figure?
Oh yeah, I did. Did I mention that yet?
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
I did do that a while ago. That's done.
Nice.
He's ready for you.
I just need to come up and visit so we can play some Imperial Salt. Go to that brewery, get some more jowl bacon, and then collect my Thrawn.
That's right. I also painted a few more heroes for that. I painted a Mandalorian chick, bluish silver armor, and a Rhodian who has 2 pistols and a scar down his face, and a big Aqualish, I think they're called, the Ponda Baba guy. And he's like, this guy's like really, really huge and muscular. It's funny.
Nice.
If you know the game, this guy's weird because he doesn't have defense dice. He just takes it but he's got like more than double the hit points than anybody else ever has. So
he's a tank.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Now, is this the Jabba's Palace expansion?
Yes.
Nice. Are those all the characters in it now? Do you have any left?
That's it. Yeah. The only thing I have left to paint from it is the Rancor.
So Eric, Ed's had this Rancor that he's had for, I don't know, maybe going on a year now, and Kev and Chris are just like dying because Ed does an amazing job at painting these figures, to the point where I'm sending him like a bunch of my stuff. It's like, yo, come on, put some acid wash on this and like all this other stuff. And they keep giving him grief about like when the heck this Rancor is going to be coming along. So yeah, Christopher is probably not even on here because he knows that he's going to get rejection of just like, I'm just not coming on because I know he hasn't like painted the Rancor yet.
It's technically next on my list, so it's gonna happen. I mean, he is at some point coming out here for Kev's wedding, right? So hopefully
in May, yeah. So you got till May to paint this friggin' thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could be there for that.
Yeah.
Not the painting of the Rancor. I mean, that would be great too, but
damn.
the other part, yeah.
Yeah.
Coming up east.
Yeah. That's it. I think that'll be next on my painting agenda, and then I have a Augusta Symphony concert in a couple weeks that I still need to practice for.
It's fine.
Whatever. It's Beethoven Symphony No. 1. Woohoo!
Oh, fun.
And a couple others, yeah.
Have you played that one before?
No.
You must have played that. You've never played that before? Oh,
No. I have not. I played Beethoven's Fifth for the first time like a year ago, which is weird. That's hard. It's harder than it sounds, but I'm violent.
Yeah. Heard. Oh, excuse me. Sure. First, are you the principal?
No, fuck no.
Do you lead the orchestra on
I just
their
follow
tuning
the
note?
principal. I'm the guy in the back that follows the principal. But
nice.
Still, it's hard. First violin it gets because you're the melody usually.
So you're in the best spot. You play the cool parts, but you're just like got none of the stressful attention.
That's right.
Nice. That is ideal.
That's it.
Oh, sure. Wow. See, when Kev is here, it's usually like 45 minutes of a singular scene here. So
about forest and records shopping.
Eric, why don't you tell us what's been good with you, man?
Well, I was with Kevin and we were doing a bunch of record shopping. I wish, man. So I was actually in Texas for work this week, and surprise, it was cold in Dallas. It was cold for Dallas, but it was cold.
Damn.
And not a whole lot to tell, man. I mean, it's a work conference. What are you gonna do? However, the coolest part was I started rewatching Andor, and
nice.
I gotta tell you, like, I fully realized that series was amazing when I watched it before, and I haven't done I've had it on in the background when I've been like soldering stuff, working on lightsabers, but I've not watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that show is good. My goodness, it is good.
Yeah.
I've done one rewatch and it was worth it.
Yeah.
So, I do it again.
Some of the stuff that, like, obviously the acting's great, the storytelling's great, the scenes, everything looks amazing. I forgot how good the music is in it.
Yeah, the music.
It's fantastic.
I love that intro every time. Yeah. How it grows and it grows and it grows. And
the strings.
I've engaged the curiosity of the ISB.
Yes. Certainly engages my curiosity, let me tell you.
Golly. I remember being on the plane trying to finish an episode, and the plane's on the ground taxiing back up to like, please let it. Thank God we're in the back. I can sit here and finish watching this because nobody's going to stand up. It was perfect. My son and I built a PC
cool.
last night, as a matter of fact. That was cool. A buddy of mine gave me a motherboard with a processor on it and 32 gigs of RAM. It's a little bit older, but it's still cool. And so naturally, what do you do when you get free stuff is you buy a whole bunch of other stuff you weren't planning on buying.
Yep.
But boy, was it worth it. We had a big old time putting it together.
That's awesome. Get a new 5090X graphics GPU there.
No. No, but the buddy who gave it to me, I was heading over to Best Buy to pick up something. He goes, "Will you go and look at their GPU bin
Dude.
to see?" I said, "Dude, it looked like tumbleweeds over there." And it's bad. You're getting one of those is going to be so hard.
So hard and so expensive, man. And that's only gonna be getting worse as the raw materials for that is like such a super high demand
Tariffed.
right now.
Yeah,
No,
that too.
did you have to put thermal paste at all or no?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
So
what
he
method?
actually-
I'm just kidding.
well, so
did you do the X or did you do
no,
it?
I didn't do the X. You know what
Oh,
I
interesting.
did is I did the bigger dot in the middle and then 4 dots.
4 dots. Yeah,
like
the
just-
dice.
And I took it and kind of smushed it around before I actually bolted it down too. That's kind of the key. But
okay.
yeah, I mean, he even gave me the liquid cooler and everything. I'm like, yeah,
Damn, that's nice.
Yeah, I was pretty pleased, man. Listen, here's a little inside tip for people. Now, you don't want to go shopping on Alibaba.com all the time or AliExpress for certain things. But I bought a one of the Intel Arc graphic cards, the B580, and I bought it from there, and it was inbox package, totally legit, but it was for the Chinese shells. Like all the documentation was in Chinese. There's no, but I mean, it's perfect. And the guess what? They had it in stock, and guess what? They were able to ship it to me. Not any of this like ghost thing where it's like, oh, cool, I got one in my car. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah. Oh
it's
man.
Definitely, if you're building, don't buy power supplies like that. Just for anybody. I don't buy something reputable because you don't. That was the part that will burn your house down. But
for sure,
man. It's just
nice.
So, that was a ripper of a time. We had a lot of fun doing it.
Nice. Is that his new gaming PC or?
It's I mean, it'll be lightweight gaming PC. I'm thinking about turning it into like a dedicated streaming PC. So instead of having to set up my MacBook Pro all the time, is just having it sitting there, and I may put in like an internal capture card in it instead of the USB capture card. We'll see though, because I really like the Mac OS architecture for doing streaming, and the reason is how it handles multiple audio inputs. It's just better than Windows.
Cleaner, huh? Less buggy.
It is. Well, because what it does is you can use multiple audio interfaces at the same time. Unlike Windows, which typically it's like, okay, well, here's this USB audio interface. You're done, son. That's all that's going to be. But the Mac lets you do some pretty neat things with it.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, I find the mixer on PC gets weird.
Yeah.
There are a lot of limitations.
And then like it allows other programs to fuck it up. And I don't know.
I would say of all the because I'm on Discord and I playing a bunch of different games, and a lot of them have their own like integrated proximity voice chat and all that stuff. And if I don't turn if I don't turn things on a certain way, I need to make sure I set my audio for have to keep resetting it. You know what I mean? Making sure it's on the correct one and not my freaking webcam microphone. Because you'd hop in a call and it's like, man, you sound like garbage. What the hell's the matter with you? And I'm like, what? I'm talking in this thing here.
Windows. That's so easy to do that by accident, man. And it's also super easy, unfortunately, to accidentally leave yourself muted when you start the stream. And I do this whole stupid bit every time where I use this camera that's over here, and I start out and I'm like, what's up, guys? Is how I start every one. And then I realize I'm like, God dang it.
No one heard it.
And I have to do this whole thing. And then I'll just mention it. Hey, let's pretend like nobody saw this happen. Or whoops, crap. Nobody
just end the stream, delete it, restart it, just never speak of it again.
Oh yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about. That wasn't me.
It was AI, man.
Yeah.
Hey, going back to your PC build, I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
Did it start up perfectly on the first try?
Yes, it did.
Oh wow!
Congratulations!
Sure.
The only issue I had, honestly, because I started at without having like a Windows install flash drive ready. I just want to see if it would get to BIOS, and it did, no problem.
Nice.
And the only issue with it is that no matter what I did to the boot order, it would never boot to that flash drive. I had to go in, and luckily it's an Asus, and it's in the BIOS. You can tell it while you're in there, boot from this right now. and
Yep.
it will do it. And that ended up working. But yeah, man, I hit go and it was on. I was like, and secretly I was like, God, please let this work.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a 50-50 because it's more than just like that. It's like it's shit plugged in fully. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's all the shit.
Yeah, it's real easy to have that not be a thing. It's, but yeah, it was great. It was perfect. And you know what, man? I'm just going to tell you, as a dad, doing stuff like that with my son rules.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing Fortnite with my daughter, and we ended up getting 2 victory royales an hour apart, and it was so good, man.
That's
It was
awesome.
just
Core
high-fiving
memory
all the
unlocked.
time.
Core memory
Yeah.
unlocked.
Yeah. So, and if you ever wonder, am I really making a difference to my kids? It's like, find out if they talked about it when you weren't around. That's how you know.
Yeah.
And sure enough, my son was telling my wife today, he's like, yeah, do you want to come down and look at the PC Dad and I built while I was still at work? And I'm like, yeah, it's
That's
dude, it's just
awesome.
awesome.
Those warm, fuzzy feeling moments, man. Okay, get them where
Yeah.
we can, where we
Yeah,
can,
well, because
and how we can.
you need to hang on to those when they're angsty teenage buttholes to remind you to not choke them out.
Yeah. Why are you little?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to have those soft, fuzzy memories to lean back on.
Yeah, no. I told my wife, I was like, listen, just treat it, our lives now, as just a romantic comedy. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Just have to. Otherwise, it just gets we can't be too high strung about this.
I'll say things sometimes, and then I'll stop and go, I just made myself feel real sad just then, because I'll like point out the realities of a situation. Man,
Yeah, I was like,
being
damn it.
grown up's hard.
Yeah. It's not easy.
Yeah. Past that, man, not much going on with me. Being in Texas for the week kind of wrecked things. I mean, it was fine, but ate a lot of cool food that I don't have here. So like Whataburger, obviously.
Yeah.
I do want to file a grievance though with whoever's in charge of this. But when we fly into Dallas Love Field, which if you've ever been to Dallas, it's the smaller of the 2 airports they have there.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed before I even left that the Whataburger that's at Dallas Love Field is closed temporarily.
Oh, no.
Because I was already looking forward to getting Whataburger for breakfast on the way out back home. And I'm like, well,
it's outrageous.
Exactly. I was like, you know what? That's it. Just put me on a plane. I'm going back. They say it's coming back, but it's not open right now. So if you're flying into Dallas, Fort Worth area and you're going to Dallas Love Field, don't try to get Whataburger because it's not there.
You're just SOL.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had Whataburger because I was just like Googling it.
Yeah, I've seen them, but never had one. We're supposed to get an In-N-Out burger up here.
Wait, no, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I didn't think that day would ever come.
I know. Hey, listen, we got a Costco up here, okay?
Yeah.
Big things to be
In-N-Out's
moving.
good. All
it's
right,
not bad.
But I am partial to Whataburger.
Really? I'll say you ranked them above, so that's what I was getting to. Like, so I like the In-N-Out burger. I had it in Vegas a couple years ago, and that was In-N-Out for me. Let me tell you. But it was like really tasty and delicious. But yeah, Whataburger is slightly above. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Duly noted.
It's had a special place in my heart for a long time. I'm not sure why. And it's like comparing 2 things that are incredibly excellent.
Yeah,
I love In-N-Out too, and but I would probably die on the hill that Whataburger's better.
Sure, I like that. As a nice hot take. I like that.
In a twist, let me just throw this out there. I've traveled for a couple of different jobs I've had, and so like I've probably eaten at a couple of hundred Taco Bells, right? But I've eaten at a bunch of Whataburgers. Probably not a couple hundred, probably more like 15 or so. The one at Dallas Love Field Airport is the best Whataburger I have ever been to ever.
And it was closed.
Yeah. And I don't know what, normally you think, oh, airport restaurant. No, it's the best one.
No way.
So hopefully it'll be back.
I wonder how was it flavor that did it or just like setting experience?
That's a good question. I feel like it's flavor because like I'm really basing it on how good the triple cheeseburger was. Listen, I don't normally roll around getting triple cheeseburgers, but I'm at Whataburger. I can't get it all the time. You need to get it while it's hot.
Yeah.
Moderation, right?
Yeah. And here's the deal. You shouldn't eat a triple cheeseburger for breakfast Why not? Who made that decision?
You know, who's to tell you it's a bad idea? Really?
Yeah. It's 9:30 in the morning. I'm sitting here. I'm eating onion rings, a triple cheeseburger, a big Coke. I'm like, as long as I get on the plane and sit near the back by the bathrooms.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
When
Hey,
are you going to be back there anyway? Like, you got to do it.
Yeah, every once in a while, it is a delightful treat. And like you said, you're not going to be going there like every single day.
Right.
That would be a whole separate set of issues. But
that would be definitely.
Special occasion. Don't hold back. Don't hold yourself back.
Yeah. So I probably won't be down there again until next February. So
Hopefully you'll have a breakfast to look forward to then.
Fingers crossed, man.
Anything else, Eric?
No, I don't think I've got anything. That feels like it's it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
The
streaming still, right?
Yeah.
How often do you stream?
I typically stream Sunday nights and Monday nights, around 9 p.m. Central.
Gotcha.
I've tried to like have a really hard schedule, but it just doesn't always work out because of work and kids and whatever. So yeah, I try to start at 9, 10 o'clock Eastern, Sunday night, Monday night, and that's about it.
What does the wife think about it?
She often wonders.
You nerd.
She often wonders, like, how did I end up married to this giant man baby who like loves video games and Star Wars and Taylor Swift? It's like, what is my life?
Sounds like a perfect combination to me.
Yeah, right. And listen, I call her on the stream. I call her Mrs. Mouse Rat when I refer to her, which is great. And every now and then she'll come downstairs and she'll make fun of me. She'll never get in the camera view, but she'll always make fun of me for being a grown child. But when I show up with that sweet, sweet Twitch money, she's like, "Oh, well, pardon me, sir." Yeah. Oh my gosh, you've never been more handsome. That sort of thing,
Listen, you see that 97 Geo Metro I got out there in the front yard? You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. Exactly.
That's vintage.
Yeah. It's like, oh, cool, man. My kids go to private school in spite of the fact that I stream on Twitch, not because of.
Yeah. See, that's what you got to tell people, though. It's like, oh no, I guess got some heavy hitter donors on online there.
Oh man, I wish.
Support
despite is what I meant, not in spite of.
Yeah. There you go.
But yeah. I just realized what I said, and I'm like, God, that was a mistake.
I love.
So listen to everybody who's English. I correct my own English too. Okay, so you're welcome.
That's proper. I catch your because you'll post clips on Instagram as well under the same handle. I follow and I enjoy catching those. It's funny because I know you're out west, Midwest, excuse me, but I know you're full-time dad and work and all this stuff, and I see you on Twitch because I'm usually up like pretty late at night. Typically a late night owl and stuff, but then I'll see you like pop on, and I'm like, it's like 11 o'clock at night or something like that. I was like, man, what's this guy? It's like, this is kind of late, and it's like, oh no, wait, it's not. It's just late for me.
Right. Well, it is late. I mean, it's fairly irresponsible of me to stay up until 1 a.m. playing Red Dead. Back when my good pal Strut and I were doing Red Dead Online all the time, we were talking about this. It's like we'd stay up until 2 and 3 a.m.
Yes.
Not meaning to. And then you'd be like, we can't do this again. And then the next night it'd be like 2 o'clock and be like, man, we should really stop.
Yes. I love that.
You know what this sounds like? Valheim for me.
It sounds like DayZ for me.
It's just so easy to have it happen, man. The next thing you know, time just disappears, and it's like, oh my gosh, I have to be to work in 4 hours.
Well, on Red Dead 2, it's like, it's not like you have there are regular save points for missions or stuff, but like certain missions or things that you're going to do, it's like, all right, I'm committing to like this is going to be like a good 90-minute to 2-hour sesh, start to finish.
But if you like, you can set a goal, but like if you have any hint of ADHD, you're gonna like get distracted by like a snake or something, and then I don't know what.
With the gloriousness that is Red Dead Redemption 2, the way I play it, I love being immersed in the world, If you look at my stats on Xbox, I have what most experts would consider an alarmingly high number of hours into this.
Good.
Yes. And to the point where like even my nephew makes fun of me. He's like, "What's wrong with you, man?" It's like, sorry.
I
But
mean, it's all, yeah. No, I'd be proud of that, man.
I get so
Mm-hmm.
caught up in it. If you guys have
Mm.
never played the game, first of all, it's a freaking masterpiece. Okay.
Mm.
But I'll go so long with not going back to the main story mission. You'll be riding your horse and suddenly it'll veer off to the right. And you're like, what? Is something wrong with my controller? No, what it is it's like Dutch sends a gang member after you to be like, hey, Dutch just wanting to know when you're coming back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that happened to me a bunch of times. It's like, oh,
Stay on target.
Because they're off doing the game along.
Yeah.
Stay on target.
It's like, I know there's this Mount Rushmore looking thing around here somewhere. I'm finding it.
I played the living heck out of Red Dead 1, the first one. Loved it, start to finish. It was beautiful. I played on Xbox and then played PUBG I went the PUBG route instead of the Fortnite route because I like the more like, even though it's not really realistic, but like slightly more realistic military sim kind of thing.
Right.
Red Dead 2 came out and I got it and I put in like 4, 5, 6 hours right at the beginning, right where you're like learning everything and the snow early snow encounters there, which is really cool. But then I switched over to PC because my good buddy, so it's like I haven't been able to start it again. I bought it, I got it, I started playing it, I got like 48 minutes in it. It's embarrassing, and I need to like just get into it again because as you said, it's what a masterpiece. It's beautiful. It's nice on the eyes, if you know what I mean.
What's amazing about the game, in all honesty, right? It was made 2019, I think, is when it came out.
Yeah, 2019. Yeah,
and it is still the standard by which other games are measured right now. It's like, how does this like? And listen, I love Star Wars Outlaws. It does not look as good as Red Dead Redemption 2 does. Yeah. It doesn't. Everything about it's clunkier. Everything. I still like it, but
and the little details are not there like you see in Red Dead.
Right. And this is how good Red Dead Redemption 2's scenery is. This was on Reddit. You can go and look at it. But this guy's daughter on, I think 3 occasions, but definitely at least 2, took screen grabs of the game and sent them into the local news station for out and about, like, and Nancy so-and-so visited blah, 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 and look at that breathtaking scenery. It was from Red Dead. Just to see if they could get away with it. And I'm like, that's good. Clap, 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 clap. It's so good, man.
I think there's 2 games that pop in my head that have really good scenery. It's Red Dead 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know if you've played that.
I haven't. I've really been thinking
scenery in it is also unbelievable.
I watched Haas play that game. He played that years ago.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's good.
Yeah. I got a gaming PC, a laptop from a guy about 6 months ago. I'd been wanting to get a PC for a long time, and he traded it to me for a year's worth of guitar lessons for his kids. Like, boy, you got ripped off. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But it's a really nice laptop. But I had already had Red Dead for PC. Why did you have Red Dead for PC, Eric? You didn't have a PC. You're right. And that's what a crazy person would do. But it was on sale. The Ultimate Edition was on sale for $20. And I'm like, well, I'm just throwing away money if I don't get it.
Dude, that's silly. Yeah.
I would be throwing away money.
Yeah. So I got it. And I started playing it a little bit, but I was trying to keyboard and mouse it. And mind you, I have easily 3,000, 4,000 hours into Xbox.
Yes, I love this. Yes.
And it's like, this makes no sense to me. I can't control the horse and shoot and do the thing. So I kind of trailed off on it. And then just last month, Red Dead 2 on sale again on Steam for $20. And it's like, someday I'll probably get a Steam Deck. So it would be throwing away money if I don't buy it for PC again. Except on Steam this time instead of straight from Rockstar.
Yep. Yep. I got it on. That's where I got it. I got it on Steam. But that was the other thing. Is like, I got it on Xbox for it. I just bought it. It's brand new, and it's like, am I going to buy this for like the full price again? They took me. Hook, line, and sinker.
Dude, just stick around for sales because I bought my friend who gave me that motherboard.
Yep.
I bought him Red Dead 2 for PC on Steam, just because I wanted him to experience the gloriousness of it.
Nice.
I'm like, what's your Steam username? I'm gonna send you something.
I'm gonna gift this to you. Yeah, nice.
The next week, it was on sale for like $20, and I paid $70 for it.
Dude, don't you hate it when it happens? You just kick yourself. It's like, come on, really?
See what I get for being nice? That's the last time.
And then your wish list. Oh, an item on your wish list has just come up for sale. I was like,
So when you stream, are you on Steam?
No, so I'm actually streaming. I'm playing on Xbox.
Okay,
And,
nice.
So it's great. A lot of times now, this is getting deep nerd stuff here.
Sure,
I play
sure.
Red Dead Online, and I have been working on a playthrough on stream of Red Dead 2 story. 100% of the story already. Now I'm just going through the very last, like, whatever they refer to them as, like the trophy challenges, like the console achievements or the Steam achievements, is the 70 gold medals in missions, which is very difficult. I really try hard to not cuss on my streams. I work at a church. I put my money where my mouth is, but I said damn it a couple of times on the last one. Now, listen, when the stream was done, I said many other things besides that. But I was ready to chuck that controller through the wall. And but on Red Dead Online, I free aim with the controller, which people think's crazy.
Dude.
And it's hard because I'll go up against these punk kids who come over from GTA Online and be like, oh, I'm going to shoot everybody. And they use auto lock. It's auto lock's just part of the normal game mechanic. It goes right to the center of mass. I turn that off and I free aim with the controller to make it harder.
Nice.
It's super helpful on the horse, I found.
It's more skill.
I keep it on the horse because it's just impossible otherwise.
Yeah.
But on when I stream, I have the standard, whatever the default is, the auto lock or whatever they call it, but I do turn like the hitbox down to about half, just to make it sporting. But it's too hard to play well and stream and be, the banter and all that,
and talk at the same time, like talk, chew bubble gum, and walk. Yeah, dude, I feel you, man.
And so that's why I do it. And people are like, well, if you use Deadeye all the time, I'm like, but it looks cool. This is a visual medium. Yes. Would it be better if I didn't? Sure, it would. But this is what it's for. But anyhow.
Cool.
Hell yeah,
Jimmy,
man.
Hang on. I did just recently in the like towards the end of 2024 do a 100% playthrough of Red Dead 1. And I'd only done the story once before, and I did it after Red Dead 2. I was out of gaming for a real long time. And whenever I started playing Red Dead 1, I'm like, I don't think I can get through this. It's too clunky by comparison.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I stuck it out.
It's still a good story.
It is. It's great, man. Rob Weedoff as John Marston is the best.
Excellent voice acting.
Oh, he is. So, and you know what's crazy is the John Marston voice is just his voice. That's like his how normal. He talks. Yeah,
I love that.
And he's just, it's amazing. But I'm glad I finished it, and I'm glad I went back and did that 100% playthrough of it. And that's all on my YouTube channel, MouseRat2217. And also, for the month of October, I did a 100% playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 1 Undead Nightmare, which is a DLC for it. That's a whole
I never done
story.
That.
It's just a big zombie apocalypse thing.
Yeah,
that's funny.
It's fun. It's fun.
There's a great scene near the beginning where, it's the very beginning where his wife is a zombie and she's trying to eat him. And he's like, you must have a fever or something. It must be something you ate. And he's like, she's trying to murder him. He's just tying her up so that she doesn't get him. It's very stupid and very
You must have a fever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The only prescription's more cowbell.
That's right. Or more cowboy, either one.
More cowboy, sure. Nice, dude. Nice. I'll hop my weekend here, but I'll just continue this thread about like you speak about games and high hours. There's one game I play. It's called DayZ. It's like first person zombie world survival game. Came out in what year did it come out? It came out like 2015, 2012 maybe. So it's over 10 years old, and it just slowly gets more and more popular. It's still supported by Bohemia Interactive, and a lot of the modders and like people in the community with like Steam Workshop mods and stuff like that, custom servers and the crafting, all this other stuff really brought the game to another level where it's it's very like intense player versus player group where you still like scavenge around to like get building supplies to build a base, but then you have to defend it 24/7. So like if you log off, someone could just like offline you and just erase your base and all that stuff.
Brutal.
And so imagine similarly, like there were times during the pandemic, like I'm there at 8 p.m. and I log out at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. sometimes, because we're just like, you're in that grind, you know? 4,400 hours. That's my yeah. Like you said like, yeah, I got some eyeballs turned sideways at me, and I'm like, oh yeah, pal, I know what that feeling's like.
I'm gonna look at my Red Dead stats right now. I feel like I've just been shamed right there.
No, it was that 4,400 hours for Days Heat. My second one was Valheim. I love that because that's like the more like the world building stuff, and Ed and I have been playing that lately. Well, once, but I did check out your page.
I don't want to know what my World of Warcraft stats are. That would be.
It's kind of neat.
I'm scared to say it's higher than both of those.
I do. I mean, come on, man. World of Warcraft's been out since 2004.
But I know that's why. But
This is like 21-year-old game now, man. That people are still. I think, and I feel like, we grew up in like the golden age of gaming when everything was new and everybody knew how to troubleshoot stuff in Windows 98, Service Pack 2, and we all could figure that stuff out together. But now it's like old games. People are still playing them. Like Team Fortress Classic, Counter-Strike,
Yeah,
World of Warcraft, prime example.
I'm close to beating. I don't know if you guys heard of this game. They did a remaster of it, System Shock. Anyway, it was a PC game in the 90s, and I remember a friend had it then, and we kind of played it together with friends and stuff, like because it was scary, and we'd just be like, "Oh my god, this is scary!" It's like a space, kind of like Dead. What's that space game? The survival horror
space game. What are you talking about?
Dead Space.
Dead Space. Okay, yeah.
Kind of like Dead Space, but it's like in the night. Anyway, there's a AI villain, and you're like kind of working your way through space station. But
that's cool.
And I just heard today that they're working on the remaster for System Shock 2, which I believe is a better game. So I'm excited for that.
I mean, supporting old games. Look at Age of Empires 2. I don't know if you played that game, Eric, but you must have heard of that one, the old strategy game.
Absolutely, yeah. I haven't played it, but I've definitely heard of it.
Like StarCraft, a classic. I see thousands of people, or like 5,000 people are either streaming or watching streams on Age of Empires 2 on Twitch. Like over 20-year-old game.
That's
and they
awesome.
still have tournaments. It's still supported. Like Microsoft still has like a couple of guys that they'll release some updates, and they make a lot of this, maybe not the entire source code, but like enough of it available for modders and stuff out there to keep these old games alive. Because I don't know about you, but I can't just keep shelling out $80 to $100 every time a new game comes out. And what do you get with it? You don't even get anything anymore. You download the game. Like, where's my manual? Where's my art book? Where's my box? Like, where's my little collector thingies?
Yeah. Speaking of which, if anybody wants to buy an Xbox, a sealed Red Dead 2 for Xbox and send it to me, I will take it. I sold mine to a buddy of mine after I bought it digitally, and now I miss having that big giant map that's folded up in there.
Right? It's beautiful.
One. Yeah.
That stuff is beautiful, man. And games just don't really have that anymore. That kind of makes me sad. But hey, they're developers are still out there supporting old games, so that's been nice. So yeah, but I play a lot of DayZ, and Hell Let Loose has been a new one for me as well. The World War II team-based war sim. We're really into that. That's been a lot of fun.
Oh, nice. Hell Let Loose?
Yeah, Hell Let Loose. It's a 50 on 50. Oh, is that the book from the journal from Strothers is holding up right now?
It is. It's a physical recreation of Arthur's journal from Red Dead 2.
Oh my
that's funny.
god!
My wife got this for
I
me for
like that.
Christmas.
That
And
looks
it's
like-
funny, all these Etsy sellers claim, like there's a whole story of this lady who I recreated this for my boyfriend for Christmas because I'm the best girlfriend ever. And I mean, it's pretty breathtaking.
all the
wow.
text, the artwork.
Yeah.
Wow, that
But
is
here's the thing.
beautiful.
She's a liar. You can get on AliExpress and search for Arthur's journal and buy these by the truckload all day
Yep.
and night.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Hey, man.
regardless, it's so cool.
I love stuff like that.
It
And-
is so neat.
Anything to add into your dude, your room, your collection? Like this is our safe space in here with all of our things and stuff. I bought the first hot toy in my life a couple of months ago.
What'd you get?
I got Grand Admiral Thrawn here.
Oh, nice.
Oh, he's grabbing it.
Yeah,
There it is.
we're on this.
Visual
medium. Yeah, you know, but yeah, the Lars Mikkelsen thing.
Nice.
I because all the guys were in the hot toys way back when, and I'm like, $300 for a doll. Get the hell out of here. There's no way I'm doing this. Absolutely not. What a waste of money. And I was like, well, I tell you what, if they make a Grand Admiral Thrawn one, like, I'll get it. This was like 5 years ago. And then he actually, like, my God, like he actually came
Little
out.
did you know you wrote it in stone.
I
Yeah.
did. I committed
Legally
myself.
binding contract.
Indeed. I'm like, I'm no coward. If I say I'll do something, I'll reluctantly do it.
He slightly tried to get out of it, I feel like. But then he ended up pulling the trigger. So it's good.
I mean,
So it's interesting you say this because in that room, through that wall, through the Taylor Swift lithograph, still in the box, I have the HasLab Ghost ship.
Oh my God.
I have not opened it. They took 2 years to fulfill that thing. If you guys aren't familiar, Hasbro did this thing. It's their own internal Kickstarter called HasLab. If it gets funded, then they'll build it.
yeah.
I kick back the Ghost.
Wow, that is beautiful.
To many a fan, there was a lot of people were mad because of how long it took to fulfill. And I finally got it. And the box is huge. And it sat up in my upstairs for about a week. And I'm like, okay, I need to get this out of the way. Amanda's just so annoyed by seeing it. So I'm going to take it downstairs, and it weighs a ton. So I got it turned, and I'm going down the stairs with it against me to like help it down. And I miss a step.
Oh, shit.
I fall. My daughter was right there. It came, and I caught it on my back so that it wouldn't go smashing down, and just sat there like. And I've been so mad at it that I haven't finished opening it. I'm like, you're going to sit there for about another month before I open it.
34 and a half inches in length.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
Sheesh.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Width 28 inches. Is that around? Wow. Sure.
Settle down.
I'm getting excited looking at this thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool. Does it come apart like the little?
Oh,
what's the name of it?
the what did they call that? The Spectre?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, the Spectre, where the shuttle?
Yeah.
Yeah, the little
pod?
shuttle. Yeah.
Oh, oh God, you had
It's
to
been a
ask
while.
me.
It's been a
I know,
while
it's
since
been
I've seen Rebels.
maybe that's one that deserves a rewatch.
Yeah.
You know what?
My girls like it every time they see it. So
Rebels is great.
I enjoy Rebels.
When I was watching it and we were doing the bad motivators, I complained about it almost all the time. I loved it, but I complained about it nonetheless.
Yep.
Because, and I feel like my complaints were fair, they would have these trailers that were just a banger. Banger. Okay, here it comes. It's going to be 6 episodes. Well, they release 2 and then nothing for 7 weeks. And then 1 and then nothing. And so every episode has the weight of the world resting on its shoulders.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's all there is. And so then, but if you just watch them in a row, it's an amazing show.
that's
Amazing.
my take on it as well. I think
Mhm.
week to week it was suffering, but then
Mhm.
you binge it and it's amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's only 20 minutes long. It's like half an
Yeah.
hour or something like that. Like
Yeah.
that is really hard to do when you're trying to do a week to week. If you want to do a week to week show, it's got to be like 45, 50 minutes. Like make it worth my time to dedicate that Sunday evening, like like Game of Thrones, White Lotus, or any of the other big shows that come out on a Sunday night. That's just an hour. Come on, just give me an hour here. I felt the same about Mandalorian as well. It's like, what the hell's up with these 22.5-minute episodes? Maybe not that long, but you know.
It's a Phantom, by the way.
The Phantom, that's
Phantom,
it. Thank you.
yeah.
Spectre's what they called each other on the radio.
Yeah, those are call
That's the
signs.
Squadron or whatever, yeah. Call sign.
Well, so speaking of The Mandalorian and its runtime, and any other Star Wars for that matter, on prestige television, when you see the runtime, that counts 7 minutes of credits.
Yes.
A lot of credits.
Yes.
And so you're like, there's what?
Yeah. Yes,
This show's
I know.
not nearly as long as you think, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is a series finale, and we've got to wrap up all this stuff, and
it says 40 minutes, and you're like,
yeah, it's like 48, 47 minutes, and I'm like, what the? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, isn't that wild?
Yeah. So I get a lot. Thank you. I feel vindicated right now, Eric. Because I catch a lot of shit from these guys about complaining about like the time length or whatever. And it's like, Jimmy, it's an hour. And I was like, it's not an hour. It's like 49 minutes. Because you get the end credits and the music, which is beautiful, by the way, on most of the shows. They do like I love the Mando stuff. It's great. You know, you like looking through an old book. Here I am waving a chapstick like it's like a thing. I'm waving it at you guys. But then, at the intros, a couple, it's like a minute there with like a whole bunch of BS they're throwing in. It's like, come on, give us just film that extra scene. Come on, everything's supposed to be cheaper in the volume, so fucking give it to me already.
Remember shows when you're a kid, the credits would roll at like 5 of, and it's like, okay, that works. But now it's like, there's no like fitting it in a time slot anymore. It's streaming, right? So they just like do whatever they want, it seems.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. I mean, this is just us craving for more, because we grew up in the era of sitcom and serialized television where we got 25 episodes of Star Trek, but they used the same 4 sets that they just changed around week to week. And we loved it.
Yes, we did.
And it was great. And to have that expectation now where everything is digital and graphically enhanced and stuff like that to the benefit of our eyes and ears. It's just it's a money thing, I guess.
Yeah,
but
it is.
I guess the last thing I'll wrap out my reek real quick with just a small story of excitement and adventure. My sister-in-law got married yesterday, which is really cool.
Congratulations!
Yeah. Way to go, Cassie. They got like engaged like a couple years ago, and they were just going to like just keep it that way because they didn't want to really take it any further. They didn't want any kids or anything like that. But then it's like, as we age, as the three of us gentlemen are, getting a little bit long in the tooth, you realize that things that like, shared health insurance is a really nice thing. And paying health insurance by yourself is also like extremely stressful. So it's like, let's just get married and have a nice little thing. So we drove up north, up outside of Bangor. We're out there in the snow up at our summer camp, but we're out there in the middle of winter because it'd be a really nice setting. It'll look beautiful out there. It's like, okay, great, but I'm not doing that shit. No way. Absolutely not. I'm bringing my family. That's all I'm doing. But man, we're out there like suit and ties stuff, and it's like 25 degrees, and we're on the. Thank God, no wind. My God, dude, if there was wind, it would have been brutal. But it was really nice, I had some champagne out there, did the things where our friend Sarah was the officiant, and it was just like a really wonderful moment. Got some really great pictures, and afterwards we went out to dinner and dropped the kids off at some cousins because all her family's all up in that area. So we dropped them off with the cousins to watch the kids for a while. And we went to the casino. And Elena picked up the kids and they went home and stuff. And Jimmy got to go out and do my thing because I don't really get to the casino anymore. I don't know if you know, Eric, but I'm a big dice thrower. I love throwing dice at the craps table. I just like it. It's fun. It's very quintessential, like James Bond, old school Vegas, just throwing dice along this big green table and not knowing what happens, but everybody like cheers and stuff. I think of craps as like a team game. Everybody's trying to win together,
right,
against the house. And so they had this table up in Bangor, and I had $70 in my pocket, and I was like, all right, that seems about right. I'm not going to go to the ATM or anything. So I sit down, and I was there for 2 hours, And with that $70, it went up to like 90, 96. And I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of like grinding, inching my way there. And I only rolled like 8 times before I 7'd out, which is about average. Because if you roll the 7 during your roll, your round is over. Clears the table, all the chips go away. You really want to hit all the other numbers and bet all those other numbers, not the 7. And so I told my friend, we were the last ones standing at this point because everybody just like, crashed and burned and all that stuff. And Jimmy's still up there. I was like, no, I'm still grinding up here. I'm still grinding on this dice. And I was like, just let me throw one more time. Just one more time. It'll be fast. I had like $35 left. I'm just like, whatever. I'm just going to go all in on this stuff and just kind of see what happens. And so my friend Sarah's like, yeah, that's cool. We'll Uber back to our house because that's where all Lane and the kids all are and stuff like that. And poor Sarah was sitting next to me for over an hour while I rolled 34 rolls right in a row without hitting the 7.
Wow.
Yeah, it was wild, dude. I hit 4 points.
That 7's the highest chance to get, right?
7 is so 7 is the most statistically probable outcome from rolling 2 dice because you can get it with a 5-2, a 4-3, or a 6-1.
Right.
Whereas if you like the 8, you can only get the 8 through a 6-2 or a 5-3 or a 4-4. And then to get the 4, it's like, a 1-3 and a 2. You get what I'm saying.
That's a lot. 35, you said?
34.
34. What's the record on your home play table there?
On my home table at home is this guy, is my wife's coworker. He came out and visited from California. He's like, hey, I'm having my coworkers over for a barbecue. Would you mind like giving a casino experience a thing or whatever? It's like, oh yeah, absolutely. Jimmy the host, of course. Guy rolls friggin' 55 rolls on my table. I was like, are you kidding me? I had to write it down.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like on my own table. And then he just left. He's like, oh, have you ever played before? I was like, never played before. And he hasn't played since then. I was like, what the outrageous. And then that particular summer, my father-in-law, he rolled 40, which was like amazing. And like whenever we can get anything above 10 is always like a good set. If you have bets out there, you can usually make a lot of money back and stuff. But I was just like nickel diming this stuff. These guys got like people out here with like hundreds of dollars. It's like all over the place. It's wild. I'm not really like that. I go in with a certain set amount. I go in for the entertainment value. I want to have a little bit of fun. And I was almost down to 0. I had like I had $15 left on the table. So I put it on the dark side. So I was betting the don't pass, which means I want the 7 to come up. And thankfully, there were some other players on the table that weren't good at this game, and they were just 7-ing out like crazy. So I'm just like, all right, 15, then we goes to 30. All right, we're going to 45. All right, we're going to 60. And then it came back to my roll here. So like, all right, I'm going to do some strategic betting on the table, go all in. But, Sarah's getting tired. We got to get the hell out of here because it's getting kind of late. And I just kept winning. It was just there. The money was coming in. $242. So that was a nice little pay for my Uber, pay for my cocktail while I was there, get paid for breakfast the next morning. So I was like, you know what? That was a whole lot of fun. And I got an applause from everyone at the very end because I'm there in my suit. I'm in there in my red suit because we were there for the wedding earlier in the day. So, I'm like dressed to the nines. I got my sunglasses on. I got my little Ukraine flag lapel pin up there, which is weird because that's like super MAGA country up in Bangor. But, we don't have to get into that. But not that they would probably know what that flag is anyways, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's a separate conversation.
You should have wore a white suit with a red flower. Whatever.
Yeah. Right? A little Mark Hamill action from, what was that planet?
Harrison Ford. No, Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones, right?
You're thinking Temple of Doom opening scene.
And then Justin Theroux in Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I was thinking Last Jedi when they're on Canto Bight.
Yeah.
Indeed. But that was really fun. I had an amazing time. It was a lot of fun. It's not often you go out on an absolute tear at the casino. And I was passing around those good vibes, as you always do. You always tip your dealer. You tip your staff that's going to be helping you out. A couple bucks here, a couple bucks there. You send it out into the universe, and maybe it gives you back a little bit of good measure. And it certainly did.
Well, good.
So yeah, that was my craps story. I haven't been to the casino in like 6 months or something like that. Not that I usually go regularly. I don't, but it's just, it's nice to go. And craps is a thing where that was one of the first things they shut down during the pandemic, because it's like you're touching the dice and chips and like everybody's all around you and stuff. So it's kind of like a health thing. But yeah, that was pretty darn wild. So Jimmy was coming off a good night and celebrated with a bagel breakfast sandwich from Bagel Central, downtown Bangor. Highly recommend it. If everybody is in the Bangor area, catch yourself there. Go to Bagel Central. And yeah, that's. I'll just wrap up my week nice and neatly about that. But
nice, congrats.
Thanks.
Yeah,
thank you. It made me very happy. To talk about Star Wars a little bit, I'd love to get your take, Eric, on just what you thought about Skeleton Crew, because that kind of recently wrapped up, and we're definitely going to be on a hot hiatus until we get whatever comes next. Well, I guess I say that we have 59 days according to the Catherine counter that we got going on every day. Thank you, Catherine Neen. 59 days until Andor season 2 comes out. Sheesh!
Come on, let's go.
I know,
Yeah.
but how'd you like Skeleton Crew, dude? Who's your
I didn't
favorite
watch
character? You didn't watch it? Yeah,
No,
it wasn't
of course
that great.
I watched it. I'm just kidding. So here's the thing, man. I loved Skeleton Crew. And was it because it was the best show ever made? Absolutely not. But could I find something to nitpick about? Of course I could.
Yeah.
I watched it with my son, and watching his excitement, I watched it through his eyes, and it was everything. I'm so thankful that show was there. It came at the perfect time. We had a blast watching it together. I mean, like on the edge of our seats, white knuckling it. And to pick a favorite's hard. I love Neil. I think he's the best.
Fan favorite.
Yeah, I love Fern. I think she is as cool as the day is long, and the scenes where she like shows vulnerability and it's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna get us killed. What am I doing? It was just so well done. And again, like I said, seeing it with my kid and watching him watch it was a gift.
Yeah.
It might sound a bit over the top, but that's exactly what it was. And so I loved it even more because of that. I'm a man of a certain age. I'm old, but
like the rest of us.
Yeah, I loved like the Goonies vibes, the ET vibes, all that stuff that was from my childhood that they really managed to capture. And you know what, Jude Law, amazing performance.
Dude,
he's so good. I hope that we see more of him. I don't know how that's going to pan out, but it was just great.
He looked like he was having a great time, and you can tell how actors sometimes aren't really I'm Anthony Hopkins. I'm just paid to be here. I mean, Jude Law, he gets to be a pirate. He gets to wield a lightsaber. He gets to be a badass. He gets to wear Lando's shirt. Like, come on.
Yep.
And I think too, man, I loved SM-33.
Yes.
I loved how hard they leaned into the whole pirate thing. At first, I was a little concerned, like, this is too much. But again, watching my son laugh at it and his whole, I can't say I remember no at, and it's just so classic. And then the whole line of activating babysitting mode. Come on, baby. Get back on the ship. It's just,
come on, baby.
It's so good. It was so good. And I like I said, Neil and his
love interest.
Well, that too, yeah. But just the purity of him. He believes the best in people. He's got one of the most, the best outlook on life of, why don't you just tell him you're sorry? If you keep doing this, you're going to get nowhere. I would have said I was sorry by now. And his interaction with the girl whose name I can't remember from Akron, that
his future wife.
Yes, that was so cool. Just how her smile at him when he talks about how he got in a fight once when his brother jumped on his head, and it's like, and he sprained his trunk. It's like, God dang it.
He's like, you can come live with me.
Yeah. How dare you be so sweet? Oh, it's so good.
Yep.
But yeah, I loved it. I know some people had some things to say about it. Here's what I had to say about it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've rewatched it a couple times. The
Yeah.
whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved the for me it's always like, and I mentioned this when we watched like when Picard season 3 came out. I don't know if you're into Star Trek at all, Eric, but
I used to be, but I haven't seen the Picard series at all.
all you got to do is watch part of the first season and the third season. Ignore everything else. But for me and for Star Wars and Star Trek, it's all about starship porn. I want to see starships. I want to see fighters. I want the pew pews. Like, and we got a real nice dose of that with this too. Some new ships, some familiar ships. Like when the B-wings made their beautiful appearance, and they, speaking of Rebels, and when they had the little quad laser thing, if it was just a cop out Star Wars person in charge of this, you know what that would have been? Just a couple of Y-wings, because that's what they had in A New Hope. But no, they knew we needed a little bit of that B-wing juice because we got nothing live action since Return of the Jedi, and it was glorious.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, I love it.
So good.
It's my favorite starfighter.
For me, I think one of the coolest things about this series is that it somehow went from, man, I don't know, I'll watch it because it's Star Wars, to being, I think this is my favorite Star Wars series so far. Is it technically the best? No, but that's not what you make decisions like that based on your gut.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? Return of the Jedi. Well, what's the best one? Probably Empire. That's
Solo,
like,
a Star Wars story. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
one of
what?
those things. It's like, this is what spoke to me, and this is what I love, and this is what, yes, that is the masterpiece. But another thing is, how good was the music in it?
Yes, indeed.
It was good. Yeah.
That Michael Giacchino's son was the composer of this, and he crushed it.
Yeah.
He did.
It's like, golly, what a talented family. But the budget apparently wasn't as high as the Acolyte.
Not surprised.
But
Acolyte was really high, I think.
But it was visually better in every way, I thought. I like the Acolyte too, please don't get me wrong. But they made a damn good show with that money they got to make it. That's all I could say.
Well, they save all that money on casting. He's got to pay the kids just their lunch money.
That's true. They don't know they're getting ripped off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Welcome to the business, kid.
The tough thing about a show like that, with anything made with kids, and you're seeing it like with Stranger Things as an example, is that, the next thing that those kids are in, that was filmed like 3 years ago.
They're already too old. I mean, unless they're filming right now, which they're not, you're going to have to do some kind of time jump with it, or some weird, CGI de-aging, which is just, and now you're jacking up the cost of all this stuff. Like, just find a way to use them naturally, kind of as they are. I agree. I hope we don't. I feel like we won't see that this won't be the last time we see Jod Nanawood. I'm hoping he comes back. I don't know. I still have this dream of this Avengers style
cameo or something in the Mando Grogu. It's the same time period, right?
It is. It's all like, At-Atten is now like into the New Republic world space now. So we'll see what happens with this new, Mando movie that's going to be coming out. I mean, to be honest, not to be morbid or anything, but they need some more actors in there, if you catch my drift. Because they've lost a couple of them, sadly, over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Just from that aspect, like, we got to get some more people in here. So I'm wondering, like, what are they going to tie in? Are they pulling like Ahsoka stuff, Grand Admiral Thrawn stuff? Because, like, I mean, I'm a big book reader. And I love, that's what carried me through the 90s and stuff. And Grand Admiral Thrawn is just, he's my guy. And I'm fine with the way they sort of treated him in Rebels. They let Timothy Zahn rewrite a bunch of books for him, which I really enjoyed them very much. And I don't know, I just want to see that kind of continue on and have a nice finish to it. I'd hate to see it just started and just like abandoned. And that's what I really fear with a lot of this new Star Wars stuff.
Well, and that is hard too, because like the track record so far has been, lots of swerves, lots of ups and downs, and like it's disappointing finding out that the acolyte, because at the last second they spin this tale of like, oh, wait a minute, now what's this thing over here? And no, sorry, there's not going to be any more.
I know, we finally saw Plagueis, and I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and then so with this, and especially like us trying to determine how is this supposed to fit into the whole Mandoverse thing. Because you can dream up ways that it could, but from the outside it was so self-contained that they could really the sky's the limit, and I hope that they do something neato with it.
Me too.
But there was a really cool debate on our friend Sal Paralysis family's podcast, The Rogue Rebels, where they talked about Liz Paralysis. She said that these people's way of life on Ad-Atten, it's kind of like being in the Matrix in a way, except not nearly as like dark and hopeless. But they had this idyllic life that now has been blown out of the water, and their happy ways of basically having no predatorial problems in life have gotten blown up, and they find out they were kind of living a bit of a deception, but it was a happy deception to be in. And so it's like, are their lives better or worse now? It was a really cool debate, man. I really enjoyed listening to them talk about it, because that's something I hadn't really considered before.
Yeah, because now they're going to integrate with the New Republic, and who knows what that brings.
Right.
Outside influences and all that.
Palps is clearly out there somewhere, with his Sith acolytes, and as because what's going to be happening with all that? Like, I mean, they're just ready to be taken advantage of. They have all those Republic credits. Where was it? I love that scene. It's this maniacal laughter.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. I guess the only other Star Wars, like we said, we got Andor season 2. That's really going to be great. The final season, sadly, on this one. I wonder how that'll be a nice wrap up and tie-in. But also Rey's new movie, New Jedi Order. Also another key reference to books, an entire book series. So I don't know if that's just a play on words. Is that to infer that we are going to get some kind of like NJO callback for the expanded universe, or is it just going to be something just totally different? Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. And you know what, though? And I'm all right with the big question mark.
Yeah. It gives us something to speculate about.
Right. Yeah. It would be great for Star Wars to not do something completely expected. Kind of like the reveal of Grogu. Nobody saw that coming.
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing Star Wars needs to pop and to like further the cause, so to speak. Because if they don't they got to keep the old fans as much as possible while adding new fans. Well, you can't just keep doing the same thing.
Indeed.
I love Rey. I liked the sequel trilogy quite a bit. I mean, like everybody else, there's things about it that I took issue with, but
totally,
that's the same way for all of them. But I love her character. I love her story, and I want to see what happens to her. So I really, really want this movie to be a very good thing.
Yep. Do you think they'll get some kind of sneak peek or whatever at Japan?
Oh man, I
don't know. Don't we all wish we were going to be there, huh?
Yes.
For the Rey one, I don't know.
I mean, they said their recent
maybe
article was
Mando Grogu.
Well, Andor. They're definitely going to have an episode preview there. Definitely
will.
Have to, absolutely will.
Just wait, when's Celebration?
Easter. Mid-April.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I think,
and season 2 comes out the 22nd. They'll probably get the first episode or something.
I think they're going to get the first episode. Yeah. The first or whatever the next one is, and they'll get a little taste, little freebie. But they Star Wars Celebration released a bunch of the artwork, and I died. It was so good.
It's very cool.
I am missing out on the most. And it's funny, before Celebration, we went to London. I was telling the guys, like, man, I hope they go like way out left field for the next one. Go to Japan. I was like, can you imagine what the artwork is going to be for it? And I was like, God, lo and behold, here it is. Like, no, I called it, but it's like, damn it, I can't go. Oh, it's so beautiful. All the posters, like, I would just go around collecting all like the 8.5 by 11 or 11 by 17, just like as many of those little posters and artwork as I possibly could, because it just looks
I feel like the
nice.
cosplay is going to be nuts too.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You go into the home where people, that's like, they know how
they do it well out there.
Yeah, they don't mess around with that out. This is some serious stuff.
Yeah, I would love to be able to go, but I'm realistic. Number one, I can't afford it now. But number two, I could never. Like, I don't want my very first trip to Japan to be go straight there, spend all this time at a nerd convention, and get on a plane and come right back home. And be like, well, what?
Yep.
Yeah.
I had a job like that where it's like, oh, I flew to Vegas. Sweet. What'd you do? I worked overnight on the roof of a cheesecake factory and flew back home the next day so they could get occupancy. I don't want that to be my first trip to Japan.
Yeah. No, I get you. I was like, yeah, I want to go for the ramen. I want to go to those tiny little streets and saddle up at a bar by myself at 2 a.m. and have a nice hot bowl of ramen.
It's pretty much like saying, yeah, I was only there at the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, I checked it off my list of countries I visited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. We got Visions season 3 coming up too this year, I think.
Are they doing that again?
Yeah.
Nice. Mm-hmm. That's fun.
And I don't know when Ahsoka 2 is coming out.
Yeah, I can't remember that.
No, I don't recall a date specific. I think maybe later this year. But
I did. I enjoyed the series quite a bit.
Good. Yeah.
I mean, listen, some of it was dumb as the day is long, but that's what made it good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got my Grand Admiral Thrawn. I'm happy.
Yeah.
You like the Balin Skull recast?
I think it was a good choice if you had to recast him.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Same thought as well.
Yeah. It was such a bummer when he passed away, just to know, to have a character, for him to be able to play a character like that was probably pretty cool.
Yeah.
So many actors who have appeared in Star Wars are like, oh my God, I can't believe I got to be in Star Wars. And then, but I am very intrigued with that story and what's going to happen and what did that all represent.
Yeah.
Yep.
So. Yeah, it's going to be Rory McCann is his name. So
yeah, the Hound. He's going to be
the Mortis thing. That's what it's going to be. I think. Seems like it anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Who's the actor from because Ray Stevenson, because he sadly passed away. He was a party animal. He was Oliver Reed. I'm thinking about from Gladiator. Also had a similar issue where I think he was kind of partying a little bit too hard as well.
Oh, really?
Because towards the end of Gladiator, they had to reshoot a few things because he had passed. Towards the end of that one, yeah, he got into a drinking contest with a bunch of British sailors in Italy someplace, and it's on Wikipedia. You can check it out. But
oh wow.
Yeah, I think back to the point of Ray Stevenson, amazing actor. If you ever get to see him, check him out in HBO series Rome. It was done back in like 2006, I think. Mm-hmm. It was like 2 or 3 seasons of it. He plays as a Roman legionnaire and just absolute baller of a character. Hilarious, a bit crude, but fits the time frame, and just a really fun character. So when he was cast for Ahsoka 2, I was really excited about it, and he didn't disappoint. I mean, the man is a knight. Like, I see him, and like I see a knight when he was with that like beautiful lightsaber he had and stuff, and which makes a perfect sense for the Hound recast for him, because also he's had that experience with swordplay and being able to wield that in a certain way that I think it'll match up really well. Any other thoughts, boys, about the future? Nothing
intelligent.
Yeah.
Please give me more Star Wars. That's my thought.
Sigourney Weaver in Star Wars. That's cool.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be fun. Yeah. That'll be nice.
That kind of like blindsided me a couple weeks ago. It's like, wait, what? I don't know why it wasn't. Like, the news article was like, she talks about dealing with Grogu and stuff. I was like, wait, she's in a Star Wars movie? I've like lost touch.
Well, that's the thing, they gotta hire more people for the Mando Grogu movie. So we'll see, see what all that tie-in is. So, well, folks, I guess we'll bring that to a wrap for episode 265 of the Scruffy Looking Podcasters. You can check us out at scruffypod.com. Mr. Strothers, thank you so much for joining us, man.
This has been a ripper of a time. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Hey,
thanks for coming on.
We love to talk and just, give each other the good stuff. So I'm really glad you're able to spend time with us. You guys can find Mr. Strothers online, his Red Dead Twitch stream, MouseRat2217. Also, Dinner with the Healers at the Bluey podcast for all of you parents out there who watch Bluey, because we all know that you do. And also co-hosting the Sith List. Thanks again for being with us, man. Really appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
This party's over.